We had absolutely no expectations for Honningsvåg Norway. Honestly, we didn't even have a plan. We just walked off the celebrity apex to see what we could find, and it ended up being the best surprise of our entire cruise. Honningsvåg is one of the northernmost towns in the world, a tiny, charming fishing village surrounded by incredible Arctic scenery. We decided to follow a little trail that led straight up the mountain behind the town, and the higher we climbed, the more beautiful it got. From the top, we could see the whole village, the harbor, and endless stretches of rugged coastline. And just when we thought the day couldn't get any better, we came across a herd of wild reindeer on our walk back down. It felt absolutely magical, and the best part, the entire day was completely free. If your cruise stops in Honningsvåg, don't skip this port. It might just be your favorite stop in Norway. Welcome to World Wanderers.
We're Alicia and Will.
Come wander the world with us. Today our ship has pulled into Honningsvåg, Norway. This is our northernmost stop on the cruise, so we're excited to see what there is here. The most popular option is the Northern Cape, but we've decided we're just going to wander around the town instead and see what there is to see. Honningsvåg has a population of just about 2,500 people. Despite its size, it's a popular stop for cruise ships heading towards the North Cape, Europe's northernmost point. The tourist season here is usually short, running from May through early September when the weather is mild and the midnight sun lights up the sky. We actually arrived on September 1st, and our cruise was the last ship of the season.
We're walking around Honningsvåg Harbor, and it's definitely an active fishing town and really pretty. You can see some of the boats and stuff behind me on the piers.
The town is especially known for cod fishing, which has sustained this community for generations and continues to be one of the main sources of income in northern Norway.
We finished our walk around Honningsvåg Harbor, which you can see is still very beautiful over here from the view behind me. And if you look at the mountain back there, I think we're going to try to walk up the trail to the top of that mountain now.
The start of the trail is easy to find. It's right at the edge of town, and there's a map showing the different paths you can take. We chose the route known as Nordkapptrappa, which translates to North Cape Staircase. These Sherpa steps were built by Nepali workers designed to make the climb smoother and control trail wear. Along the way, there were several viewpoints that make it easy to stop and take in the scenery. Each one gives you a slightly different perspective of Honningsvåg below, the harbor, and the rugged Arctic landscape stretching out towards the sea. The weather started off cool and crisp, but before long, we were definitely sweating from the climb. Luckily, there are plenty of spots to step aside, rest for a minute, and just enjoy the views. And honestly, those breaks made the experience even better. Finally, as we got closer to the top, the trail began to flatten out and the vegetation became even more sparse, just low moss and rock as we reached the Arctic plateau. Once the stairs ended, the path turned into uneven ground with small rocks to climb over, giving it that true mountain feel. At the top, we found several cairns, small stacks of stones built by hikers who've made it to the summit. Will added a rock to one of them, a simple tradition that symbolizes marking your journey and leaving a little piece of yourself behind. So we made it to the top. From the harbor, it was exactly 1.3 miles. Elevation, we gained 986 feet. And it took us, with a bunch of stops for pictures and sitting, 53 minutes. So pretty doable if you're in average shape. I wouldn't recommend wearing jeans like Will did, but boots or sneakers are definitely the way to go. A lot of people had walking sticks too, which seemed like a good idea. We've decided to go down the other way with the more gradual slope. Number one, it's going to take us longer, but it's not a staircase, so that's going to be better on our feet. But also, we just passed somebody who said they saw a bunch of reindeer, so my hopes are all the way up. If we don't see them, I'm going to be sad, but we're going to see if we can find them.
He said right over the crest of the farthest peak, you'll be able to see the reindeer.
Yeah, so fingers crossed.
We hiked over to the far peak, and now we're looking down both in the valley to my left and the one behind me, and we see two small herd of reindeer down there in both valleys.
Let's go get a closer look. The trail here is really easy to follow. We're just following these cairns, which are the stacked up stones and cylinders, which basically mark the trail that you're going to take. We found them. Look at them. They're so cute. Reindeer are truly iconic in northern Norway. They're well adapted to the harsh Arctic climate with thick fur and wide hooves that act almost like snowshoes. Most of the reindeer in this region are semi-domesticated and herded by the Sami people, but every now and then you'll come across groups that roam freely in the wild like this. We made sure to keep our distance and move slowly, trying not to disturb them. Eventually, we just found a rock to sit on and quietly watched them for a while. We actually had the chance to visit reindeer herders in Mongolia a few years ago, which was such an unforgettable experience. We'll link that video here if you want to check it out. But this felt special in a completely different way. Those reindeer were part of a traditional nomadic culture, while these ones were free to wander wherever they pleased across the tundra. It was one of those moments that reminded us why we love traveling so much, the kind you can't plan for that stay with you long after the trip is over.
That was so cool. We were able to sit and watch them for maybe 15 minutes until more people started coming down the mountain trail and they felt boxed in, so they kind of ran back the way they came from. But I feel like we were really close to them. It was so cool.
After that highlight, we headed back towards the town.
Definitely a much gentler slope coming down this way. So I would definitely recommend either coming up this way and down the steep way or vice versa. Okay, stats for the whole hike with going up the staircase and then down the gradual slope along the back. It took 2 hours and 9 minutes total, but that's really not an accurate reflection because we got waylaid by some reindeers that we had to sit and watch for a while, so grain of salt. But the total distance was 3.57 miles and the total elevation gain was 1,113 feet. So definitely pretty steep, but definitely worth it. And this port ended up being so much better than I thought it was going to be. This is one of my favorite days for sure.
And that wrapped up our incredible day in Honningsvåg, Norway. Thanks so much for watching. If you'd like to wander the world with us, don't forget to subscribe. Next week, we'll be sharing our stop in Trondheim, Norway. And if you want to check out Tromsø, which also included an epic hike and breathtaking views, we'll link that video right here. Safe travels.